All right. What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly. Can you hear me?
Awesome. Awesome. So, again, thank you for this opportunity for getting on the call here. And you reached out earlier saying that you needed some help, right? And for people that don't know who you are, tell us a little bit about who you are and how we basically came together.
Yeah, to everybody who don't know me, my name is Fabrice Manya, but I'm known as the Breeze Teas. I'm the CEO and founder of the Breeze Teas. Yeah,
Nice. I like the sound of that.
thank you. Yeah, so I got to meet Mr. Aristos. I like to call him Garment Creation because he's really creating the garments. So, yeah, so I came across him on what was that? Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, I came across his videos on Instagram. I was just scrolling, passing by, and I saw the video he was doing. Like, hey man, you need to get this 15 cents uh, transfer from
Transfers.
TKO. You get this. I'm like, oh, let me watch this. This sounds interesting. And yeah, along the line, I kind of break a little bit there. Watched that video, started rolling over his page, scrolling in there. I saw a lot of videos, and I was like, okay, I think this is something I'm really interested in, and I need to get some more inspiration or someone to kind of give me some directions. And watching most of his videos, I felt like, okay, this I think this is a good place to get into, or a good place to, let's say, to get inspired or to get some knowledge. So I started texting, contacting, and even though it took forever for him to respond to me, but I did not give up. I kept on texting and calling and texting on Instagram until finally, it came to pass. He responded, and I was like, okay. I jumped up. I was like, I felt so excited when you responded the
You're
first
like,
time.
yeah, finally.
Yeah, I was like, okay, it means I can really get to you. Yeah, then after that, from there, we move on. He was like, okay, he started. I saw an advert again on his page where he was advertising an in-person class,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, I think I need to be in this in-person class instead of getting the online courses and stuff like that. I really needed to be like in the in-person to meet him one-on-one and you know ask some questions and meet other students too or other
And yell
people.
at
And
me and yell
yeah,
at me for not answering my phone.
yeah. Since he was not answering my questions, man, yeah, we kind of discussed, hang on, you know, he shared the link to the class with me, and boom,
Yeah.
I had like, that was a very tough experience for me because I slept at work overnight
Mm-hmm.
and had to drive in the morning, like over 2 hours, 30 minutes, 2 hours, 45 minutes.
Wow.
One way, 2 hours, 45 minutes, come back, sit in the class, spend again about 4 hours plus
Yeah.
without sleeping, man. It was not easy, but I just had to say, because I knew what I wanted and I did not want to lose the opportunity, I
Yeah.
had to, I had to endure it. So we got
Yep.
in there, got in the class. It was so interesting. We met a lot of new people, got connections, and yeah, even up to now, we're still chatting with the students. We were together. We're still like building up things together, and the relationship keeps going.
That's
You know,
good.
yeah. And today, I have an order. Like, trust me, seriously. Before I jump into that, even getting in the class, meeting Mr. Aristos, it wasn't. It was like already an experience for me, just seeing him in person, and being in that classroom wasn't even like being in a classroom. It was just like sitting among people and having a conversation, because
Mm.
it was more like a very comfortable, more than like somebody being the teacher and you being the student. Because he gave us like a lot of opportunities to discuss, ask questions, get answers, work things out together, set up accounts together. We did a lot together, and that day was really an experience. And yeah,
Awesome.
so
Awesome. So yeah, fast forward now.
Yes, to fast
You
forward
you are
and
calling
say,
me now. You said that you have your very first job, right? And it's a
right.
big job. So, how may I help you to accomplish this big job? Give me a little bit about the job and what it is that they want and everything like that, so we can find help you get some value to this.
Yeah, so far, like he said earlier, to fast forward, today I got a big job. I got about to do about 200 plus teas.
Wow, that's big, man. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you. And this is my very first job I'm getting since I came back from the class, you know. But I've just been doing one or two, just doing printing and just sharing to family and friends, you know. But this one is actually my first job doing about 200 plus teas. So the people need about yeah, I have a list of what they need because they need like in different sizes and three different colors.
Okay.
And yeah, luckily it's a one color transfer.
Awesome. That's good.
Yeah, it's one color transfer. So and
Okay, so for these 200 shirts, what did you charge for the 200 shirts?
yeah,
And
for the
how did you feel like trying to charging your first order? You know, because when we first talked earlier, you was like, yeah, I think I messed up. So tell me a
right.
little bit about that feeling and what did you charge them?
Yeah, so I charged them. Actually, when I started, I charged them about $18
Okay.
because it is a polo shirt. Yeah, the one polo shirt that is going to be the design will be at the back and at the front on the chest.
We will come back to that front and back on the polo thing. We'll talk about that. But yeah, keep
Let's
going.
forget. So I charged them $18 and yeah, they were like, "Hey, bro, you know this is a huge amount. We need over 200 plus. You know, you got to do something." And I was like, "Okay, no problem. If I got to do something, at least you know the people they were willing to offer highest they could go was 15. Yeah, $15 per shirt. So I was like, okay, let's do that then. You know, even
Yeah.
though we drag, and we say, okay, let's end in the middle at 15 because they were actually offering about $13. So yeah, I have
Yeah.
to be like, hey, it's a polo and this and that. So
Yeah,
we
so
ended up.
15 is a good number to land at, and I like we like to call it a strategy, right? The move that you made to basically shoot high, right? $18 a shirt, because one thing I know about people, human being, they're always gonna try to walk you down,
Right.
right? So usually what I tell people is like the strategy when you're doing your price, especially on these bulk orders, is to shoot high because they're gonna try to work you down. So that way you got a little bit of room to say, all right, this is, we like to call it in Africa, this is the last price, you know,
Right.
like
That's
this
right.
is my last price. Okay, I can't go further than that. But you don't start off by giving them the last price first. You tell them, okay, maybe this will be $20. Or okay, because it's a front and back, you know, yeah, I can, and you're getting 200, I can do it for about 18. Okay, oh, you know, we're doing 200, we can't really do 18. Can you work something down? All right, you know, if you do this, I can do, if it's a single color design, then we can do it for 15. Then they're like, oh, okay, single color. All right, no problem. We can do that. Let's do that. Right? So now you
Right.
settle at that 15, which is still a good number. 15 times 200, that's big. That's big number, especially we're using 15 cents transfer. If it's single color, we're going to use 15 cents transfers from TKO, right? So now tell me a little bit like about, okay, you say it's a polo shirt, right? So did you go like research the polo and see how much that polo is going to cost?
Yes, that was why I called you in the morning and I was
Okay.
like, hey, it seems as if I fucked up on the pricing.
Uh-huh.
Because I went online, I researched for the polo, and I saw some polos. Polos were about 14, $15
Oh no.
on one other website. But I checked it again on another website where I actually got some teas last time, and it was about $7.
$7 sounds
Right.
about right for polo, right? And
Right.
remember, if you can think back in class, we set
Mm-hmm.
up an account with Alpha Broder, right? So
Right.
Alpha Broder, I'm not sure if that's who you use, but Alpha Broder is where I would recommend you go and grab those shirts, because
Mm-hmm.
especially with you being in Maryland, you can get it almost next day, right? So I'm gonna run here to Alpha Broder. We're gonna share the screen there so you can see which ones is going to be something for you to use valuably, right? So the reason why I ask you before you price them, every time somebody call you for an order, just take the information and then say, you know what, I'll get back to you with a price. Let me go ahead and check the pricing because pricing changes, right? So instead of just giving them the number of your head, just always call them back, right? And then you go ahead and you do your research and they called you. So if they want it, they're shopping other places. So you want to make sure you're not losing money. So then you go back to your vendors and say, okay, I'm looking for shirts. How much? Okay, the shirts are $7, whatever the case is. And then you can come back and add that to your total price, the price of the shirts. If they're shipping, you add the shipping there. But because you're going to be spending probably more than $200, shipping would be free if you go with Alpha Broder, right? So then you have the free shipping, and then you're going to add the transfer costs, the shipping of the transfers and everything into that number. And then you add your little percentage, right? There's an overhead. You're doing this in your house. So you always want to have the overhead of that, right? So if you want to say 15%, you add 15% to that price. That's going to be the overhead, the cost, what it costs you to turn the lights on in your house, what it costs you to use that little section in your house, right? Somebody got to pay for that. You know, don't cheat the house because you have a business, right? You have a business in the house, so you need to the business need to pay for that corner that you're going to use. So that's the 15%, and you can set that up and figure out what it is. But most of the time, I would start off at like 15% overhead charge, right? So we add all of that into it. Then we figure out what the retail price is going to be. That's the price you're going to give to them. So I'm going to share my screen now. We're going to jump into Alpha Broder, and we'll try to see what we can get polos for. And so I'm over here. You should be able to see my screen.
Right, yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so alphabroder.com is where I would say you go. And I'm going to just, in the search bar, I'm just going to search polo, right? Polo t-shirts. And most of the time, like the first one is probably where I want to be. And then we got this gilding one here for about $7. All right, so I'm going to click on this gilding. What color shirts do they need?
They need a blue.
Blue, so we'll say this royal blue.
Right, and pink.
And pink. So there's two colors here. So pink is not in this option.
They need blue and white as well.
Okay, so we have white. We don't have pink, which is okay. So sometimes then we'll go back and see what other shirts are similar to this. So we got one here that's the Harrison Polo. Let's click on it and see if we can find pink in this section. And there's no pink here either. So then we can search pink polo, right? And then see what comes up. You're probably going to spend more for that pink, especially if it's just like a female cut. Here it is. It's like $2 more for the pink. So let's say, boom, we're going to go here for the $2 more. And
the pink is going to be more for females. So.
Yeah, so you can be safe with just using the unisex for now. You know, so boom, here we go. Here's our pink. So we know now we're gonna pay about $9.34 for anything smalls to extra large, right? And then you're gonna spend $1, like $1.05, $1.06 more for anything 2X. And every size that it goes up, you can see you're gonna pay more. So I always give people prices based on extra smalls to extra large. And then I tell them, hey, if you want anything bigger than that, it's going to cost you more. And sometimes you figure out maybe it's $2 to $3 more. Sometimes it might be $4 more, $5 more, because you can see the price is going up here. So then we're going to put in the sizes here. For now, I'm just going to not even thinking about sizes. I'm just going to put, maybe we'll say 100 pink, right? I'm going to add that to my cart. Or even over here, you got the same royal. If you want to do the royal from here, true royal, you're still paying the $9, but I would go back to that way. They have the same type of garment, but that royal that was $7, we can go to that. This one, let's go back a few. Here it is. That's that royal there that was $7, and let's just say we add in. I'm not going to pick no specific size for now, just for the sake of this video, but I'm just going to put 100 of those. So right now we got 200 items in our cart. You see up here on the top right corner, 200 shirts. And this 200 shirts right now is running us $1,618. All right. So does that does that still give you room based on what you charge them? Because you charge them 15. If I can pull out a calculator,
Right. I charge them about 300.
1,300,
300.
1,300,
30.
3,000. So that's 3,000.
3,000. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you charge $15 times 200 shirts, and it came up to 3,000 to be exact. All right. So right now you're almost at a 50%, and this is just with the shirts, right? So you got $3,000. You're spending $1,600 in shirts. You don't have to pay shipping because you spent $200. So you get free shipping on this order, right? So now, because there are white single color designs, we're gonna get transfers, and for that, we're gonna remember the $1,600. We're gonna come over into transfer company, which I recommend TKO. So we're gonna come into TKO. And you're saying it's a front and the back. That's the craziest thing when I see polos that has front and back, but they're the ugliest thing. And I only see this done with African people. But this is we're gonna come here. We're gonna go for TKO. We're gonna say start ordering. I'm gonna make sure I signed in, right? But because they're single color designs, you're gonna come to where it's.
I'm not seeing the TKO screen.
Okay, I lied. Sorry. Let me share this. Boom. All right, so right now I'm on tkosales.com. You can see me, right?
You're right. Yes.
All right, so this is where we're going to get our design. So you're going to do the back design is going to be, let's say the back design, we're going to keep it at a 9x12, right? Okay. I haven't seen the design yet, but we just say, let's assume that the design on the back is going to be a 9x12 design. That means I can get them for 15 cents, and the formula that you need over here is going to be the Active Sport. Active Sport is the 15 cents transfer. That's the screen printed transfer. Plastisol screen printed. So then I'm going to select that. I'm going to come down here. Boom. AS Classic. That's the Active Sport. All right. You select that. And then number 2 here, we're going to get it in one color. And this is where you select the color. What color design is it going to be? White?
Yes.
Yeah, so because it's the royal, I would say the royal should be white on there.
Right.
Or, yeah, it depends what they want. But
and the pink will be white, and then the white will be black.
Oh, yeah, you also are getting white. Right. Okay. Yeah, so then you need, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you need a few sets of transfers here, right? So let's say, all in all, it looks like you're going to need about 400 transfers.
Right, because it's
gonna
be front.
Right, because the front and back, the front logo is gonna be a 4x4 or maybe like a 3.5 by 3.5, but 4 inches max for your pocket designs. And for the pocket designs, you need 4. You're doing 200 shirts, so you need 100, 100, 100. You know, so like 200 times the white. That's how many whites is it?
30 whites.
So there's 30 whites. So we got to figure this out, because the fact that you're only getting 30 whites, you could set these up as gang sheets, but you would still get a better bang for your buck if you get the 15 cents transfers and just order 100 of those. You'll pay $40, right? And then like even you can keep the rest of those transfers and try to resell it to those people again. Maybe even next year they can come back. You will already have the transfers ready because you're going to do a good job on this order, right? So we're going to say, boom, we're going to come over here. We choose our color. It's white. And the size that we're going to get right here is going to be the 9x12, even though we're going to set up our designs for 4x4, but we're going to put it in at the 9x12 size so we can get it for 15 cents. Okay, so then we'll add that in here. I'm just going to pick a random one color design that's on my computer somewhere. I hope I can find one. Boom. Yeah, whatever. I'm just going to choose this for now and pretend that's the design. And you see it's going to add up to $40. All right, and it flags me. Whenever you see this yellow here, it's just telling me that the design is sized as something else than I actually selected, right? But all in all, for your transfers, you're going to spend $40 each for 100 of those transfers from TKO. And then you're going to use the coupon code Garment Creations, and that's going to save you money it's going to save you 10% on that first order, because this will be your first time ordering from TKO.
Right.
Yeah, so because it's your first time ordering for TKO, if you use the code Garment Creations in all caps, you're going to save 10% off. All right, so you're going to have to set up the design. I can't really go further into it as far as the design because I don't have the actual design file, right? So we got to set up the design file. And this is something you can do. You just go into maybe Canva. You got the file already?
Yes, I did keto.
You did it on Kiddo.
You're right.
All right, so you designed it yourself?
I designed it on keto. Yeah, they
Okay.
gave me what they wanted on the tea, so I did it on keto and then sent it to them. They look at it and it was all
And they approved it.
Right.
Okay, so the customers have already approved the design. You got the design. It's in a single color. You're going to download that design as a PDF. And even on Kiddo, you can save it at a 4x4. You can save it at a 9x12, right? And then that's the file. The PDF is what you would take and put into tkosales.com and have your design sent over to you, all right? So it's going to come already cut out. Those 4x4 will be able to fit right there on the pocket, and then the 9x12 on the back. And yeah, then you would just do that, turn on your heat press, and apply that. You know, as simple as that. And as far as the sizing, I wouldn't overthink the thing where people's like, oh, I'm doing 2X shirts, I'm doing 3X shirts. What size should the design be? It is still that 9x12.
Okay.
Right? Don't overthink it. The customers didn't request for you to make it 12x12 or 15x15.
Right.
It's that one size. Don't make it so hard for yourself that you are in that limbo trying to figure, oh, this is a 2X. Maybe I should put no.
Right.
None of that.
That's what I was already thinking. Like the 2X, I need to maybe do something else.
No. Don't overthink it. Like the difference from a 2X design and an extra large design is not that big. The customer is not going to really notice it too much, right? They don't even care. People just want their stuff done, and they came to you as the professional telling you, just do some shirts for me. So don't get lost and spend so much time in that thought and say, oh, I need to make this a different size or make this a different size, right? If you wanted 15 cents, you can do the 9x12. If you want it to be a little bigger, you can do the 12x12 and spend 20 cents instead of 15 cents, right? Either way, you're still making good. So let's say we're getting 400 transfers. That's going to cost us 40 plus 40 plus 40 plus 40. What's that? $160. You add that to your $1,600 total already. Add by maybe like a $9 on shipping cost for TKO to ship it to you, right? $9 to $14 to ship it to you. So you're spending less than like $1,700, right? Or maybe right above like less than $1,800, and you can profit at least like $1,200 for this job, right? You're gonna profit at least $1,200 to $1,000 for this very first job,
Right.
and all you have to do is just turn on your heat press. You didn't have to buy no special equipment. You already got the heat press sitting down. You just spent a little bit of time. You designed it. It probably took you a couple minutes to do the design. You know, now you got this video here, like telling you exactly what to do. You just go ahead and you do it. You give these people good quality work. Make sure you're following the formula, which is that 325 degrees, TKO 7 seconds, and applying that. When you do the pocket, what I would do all of the pockets, boom, all the front design, put them to the sides. Then I would load it back up and do all the back designs, right? And so don't do pocket, then you turn it around and do back. Like, no, just pace yourself. Do all the pockets of all the shirts first. Get those out the way. And then get back on it again and do all of the back designs. And you fold those shirts, box it up, and have them people come and pick it up. As simple as that, right? So I would say definitely go to Offer Broder, grab them shirts, and you just search the same way I just searched it. You will see the different ones there. The polo is going to be for the royal blue, go with the gilding, you know. For the other ones, I think once you search the pink, you just go with the first one that your budget can hit and just add those to your cart, man. Get the sizes, everything in there. Have that thing ship out to you. in the next day. If you place the order before 5 o'clock on Alphabeta, you get it next day, right? And your transfers for TKO, it will ship out in 2 days. So coming from Florida, you'll probably get it in 2 to 3 days, something like that. 2 days in production, and then it ships out, right? So if you do this, if you were to do this today, by like Friday, you could be printing. Today's what? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe Monday to be safe. You could be printing, right, and getting it back to those people.
Right, I have to do it today because they need them available by next week Friday.
Yeah, so you got to put in the order today. Then get everything processed today.
Out of the way by Friday.
Yep, you get it processed today. It's a single color, so it's going to ship in 2 days. And once you place the order, use that code Garment Creations at the end. Save 10% on that as well. So instead of it being even at 160, you'll probably end up paying like 140 or something like that. Like whatever it comes up to, you'll save on that, and you just get your transfers and you go with it.
Right. Garment creation.
Yeah.
This was good, man. This was good. Good information there. At least
Yeah.
it's gonna be of help.
Definitely, man. So one thing I know people struggle, you said we're struggling with, is that sizing. Whenever we get customers.
My most problem or difficult part of it is the sizing. Like to resize the design and kind of put it in to know the size you're telling TKO, I want the size, and like downloading the design from Kittle to resize it. Sometimes too, I'm like.
Okay, so let's jump over on the Kittle real quick. I'll show you. And KITT, this is all stuff that we learned in that class. You can see now you're using everything that we went over, because Kittle is the easiest way to just, look professional without having no graphic design skills at all. So let's say, boom, here's my design. I'm going to go to my projects, and we're going to choose like a single design. You can see I use it every day. This is stuff that I've been using. I'm going to go with this one here because it's a single color design. We'll pretend this is your design that's going to go on the shirt. So I'm on Kittle. Okay, this is the design. We're going to assume, boom, this is your design. The customer has already seen this. You approved it. And let's say if you was going to try to send this design to a customer, this is what I would do. I have my design ready. Boom. All right, it's black or whatever the case is. I'm going to come over here to mock it up. Right on the top right corner, you can mock this design up and send it to the customer. I'm going to hit mock up.
All right.
And then I'm going to choose the polo, right? I'm not even sure if they got, polo shirts. Okay, so we're going to take this polo. Where'd it go? Polo shirts. It's in here somewhere. You see it?
They don't have good polo shirts. So
they don't have good mock-ups?
I went on Google. I got my own polo shirt from there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like the polo shirt that is showing.
All right. We're just going to say this is the polo right here. Right. Boom. We're going to put this on the left chest. I'm just resizing it. Boom. Here's my left chest logo. There it is. It's the white that they want with the black design. And I'm going to download this. There it is. All right. So now I'm going to do the back. I'm going to come to my back here. And you'll do the same thing. This white, I can also change the color here to make it the pink or the blue if I wanted to, right? I can come here and change all that. But we're going to stick with the white just for the sake of this video. I'm going to resize this and say this is the back, which is the ugliest thing to do, to put designs on the back of polo. But, hey, that's what the customer wants. Sometimes I talk people out of this stuff because this is ugly. But anyways, it's what they want. So, boom, there it is. You got that, right? So that's your design, and I'm going to go back here. So now this design is mocked up. Customer approved it. How do I download this design to send it over to TKO? I'm going to come over to the tab that says download. And under here now, you have different setups. All right, so the first thing, I'm going to come over here to inches or to units. I'm going to make sure I'm on inches. And then for size here, we're going to make this, let's say, we're going to do the 4x4. I'm going to put 4 inches here, and then it automatically sizes 4x4 on the other side, width and size. The next thing that's important here, we're going to make this a 300 DPI. Very important. That's dots per inch. That's the resolution. Anything that is going to print needs to be at a 300 DPI. All right? And then over here, file type. I'm going to change this file type to PDF. and that's the PDF that I'm going to upload onto TKO Sales. The other thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to remove background. See the tab? I'm going to click that on remove background, and I also hit this optimize quality check as well, right? So this is what your download should look like when you're downloading something from Kiddo. All right, so then I'm going to hit this download button. There it is. Download is there. And now I can do the same thing. And that's the 4x4. And now we can do the, I'm going to do for height or width, I'm going to put 9 inches here. And we're just going to do, we're actually going to do 12 by 12. There it is. Let's do 12 by 12 here for this design. I'll say you make it 12 by 12 because of this design. I can't do 9 by 12 because of this. It's already in, it's square, right? So I'll do it 12 by 12. And then I'm going to download this as well. It's still keeping my 300 DPI and in inches and PDF. I'm going to download this. So now I got my 12 by 12 and I got my other designs. All right, so boom, that's how you download from Kiddo. So now using those factors, I'm going to jump onto TKO and show you one more time what I would do with those designs.
What?
You got a question?
One more question, yes. Because they're like kit sizes as well.
Okay, so you have kit sizes.
Right. So what design? What's the size of the design to put like for the kit?
So what's this? What's the smallest kit size? Extra small.
Let's say small.
Small.
Sure.
Okay. So then I would still keep it as the 9 by 12.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll still keep it as the 9 by 12 because, like, the only thing that would change for me with kit size is if it was like onesies, right? If it's not onesies, there is no like 2T, TDTs, because you're not going to find those in polos anyways, right? They don't have no 2T polo. Ain't nobody putting no polo button on their babies, right? But if it's a kid extra small, if it's a small that's going on like youth.
Let's say it's going to be a kid that is about, let's say, 3 years old, 4 years, 3 years old, something like that.
Okay, so for a 3-year-old on a polo, yeah, I would still keep it as the 9 by 12. Keep it as simple as possible. If you can find that size in polo, keep the design as 9 by 12, and that same, it's just gonna be bigger on the kid shirt, but it will still fit on the adult shirts. Don't play with the sizes, man. You're gonna get overwhelmed. You're gonna lose money trying to try things out, right? Don't lose money. Just keep it as one size, and that one size can apply to all of those. It's not like you're doing a 6-inch on the adult shirts. No, you're actually doing a standard 9 by 12 on all of those shirts.
Okay.
All right. So then we'll take that design now. I'm going to come over here again. I'm going to show you how to upload the design that you just downloaded from your design software like Kiddo. All right. So boom, here we go. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come to start ordering again. This is how you order designs from TKO. Start ordering. And if it's a single color design, I'm going to come to Active Sport, which is the middle section here. That's the formula. All right. And then you come down, formula number 2. Under that Active Sports, you have Active Sport Classic, Active Sports Puff, Active Sports Glow. We're going to go with the Classic because our pricing that we're already familiar with is the 15 cents transfer program. So that's the Active Sports Classic. AS means Active Sport. Okay, so then we already know our design is a single color. So we're going to say one color. And we're going to come down here. We're going to choose our color. For that one that we just set up was black. So I'm going to scroll right about the middle of this page. Somewhere there is black.
I think you passed.
There it is. All right, so now my design is black. And the design that I actually set up just now was a 12 by 12. So I'm going to select 12 by 12 right here. Okay, and then I'm going to come to upload. And we're going to see this is the design right here, even though I didn't name it, but I know that's the 12 by 12 right there. All right. And you can see there's no yellow box underneath the upload here because it is the right size. TKO recognized this as a good upload. When you get a yellow here, that means the size that you selected is not it's not the same as the one you uploaded. All right. So if I was to hit a 9 by 12 over here, I would probably get the message right here at the bottom because this design is a 12 by 12. It makes sense?
Right. A lot of
right. All right. So boom, I'm going to come to 12 by 12 here. And then it comes here and asks you, hey, do you need art services? Say no, because you don't need art services. And then do you want to print it as is? Yes, please. Print it just as is because my design is in good condition. It's print ready, right? So then we're going to come over to the right side. You're going to tell us how many do you need? It's a 12 by 12. So I need maybe 100 of these. All right. Or because you're doing all the back design. Okay, yeah, it's black. It's the white that you're going to need more of. But the black you're going to need, even though you need 30 to print, I would still do this amount right here, right? 100, just so you can save it because they're going to repeat it, that job again. All right. So maybe next time you can sell them some towels, or even for this job, you can still probably sell them some other things. So right here, we have the one color, 20 cents. And then I know some people was asking, I thought you said TKO got rid of the setup fee. TKO setup fee is only done on the extreme color transfers, the one that's the full color stuff. This last formula right here that says extreme color, that's the only thing that you're not paying setup on. But the single color screen printed transfers, you still do have the setup fees on that. All right, so boom, we'll add this to the cart, and you will do everything else, even with the 4x4. You add that on. The 4x4, I will actually upload it as the 9x12 section up here, right? So that way they will cut it right in that size, and you'll be good to go. Okay, so boom, you add that to the cart and everything. Add your shipping information, and that will get shipped out to you. Take your time on that section as far as getting the right type of transfers, so that way you get the right thing shipped out to you and everything, especially if you say, no, you don't need our fees, right? But if there's any question, TKO will always reach out. The customer service team is on point there. They will text you, they will email you and everything. Make sure you add in the right email when you order and all of that, and they will reach out to you if there is any issue. But if everything's good to go, you will get your stuff shipped out right to your door.
Okay. Yeah. I think I got what I wanted so far.
You got what you wanted from this section?
Yeah.
All right.
I got it.
All right. I hope it was valuable.
Very,
Dang, I'm late for my...
important and valuable.
Yeah. Okay. So if anything else, just reach out. You got the direct number now. And just send me a text, and I will respond to you. But once everything goes through and you get that stuff in your hands, just reach out. We'll see how we can help you through the printing process and everything. But you've been printing, you're pretty familiar with that, as you know, and all of that. But if you run into some hurdles,
yeah, I'm definitely going to reach out to you. Even when I'm done with the project, we may have another session again. I'll tell you my experience and everything.
yeah, I would love to know how it went and see how much you really made, because you might be losing some more money here because he added the kid sizes in there, and that threw me off. But I hope you can find some kid shirts.
Yeah.
And let me look on here real quick and see. How many kids shirts is it?
30.
30 of them. Okay.
Yeah. 30
Even for the polo, they want kids. Even for you got kids polo right here though. They're $5. So share the screen, you can see. Yeah, the kids shirts is about $6.
That's still on Afro Brother, right?
Yeah, this is still on Alpha Brother right here. So if you want to copy this number down, it's going to be the G800, G880B. G880B is the youth from extra smalls to XL, right? So you can go in here. Hopefully, I mean, you can see the sizes are limited. So in this case, you have to tell them, hey, maybe all the kids have to wear one size. Maybe all the kids wear the white, right? Because you're not going to find pink here. You can see there's no pink, right?
Right.
So sometimes you just got to tell them, hey, for the kids' shirts, we only have it in white and the royal. So you guys have to decide which one y'all want. You don't have pink, you know?
Right.
And then, yeah, for the kids like 3 years old, the smallest you have is a small here. There's no extra small. Right. So you just have to communicate with them, let them know.
A quick question too. Okay, looking down here at the bottom, you see like there's so many boxes. Is this like the places where they're shipping, or?
Yeah, good question. So this is you would have to be familiar with where your stuff comes from. For you, it's going to come from Harrisburg.
Harrisburg. Okay.
All right, because we're in the East Coast, and everything comes from Harrisburg. You can see right here. So everything that you put into this section is going to be in this first section here, Harrisburg. This is how you would get it next day if you meet this cutoff point, 5 o'clock. Place the order before 5, and it will ship to you the next day.
Okay. So if I want it small, I'll have to put the amount in the little box.
Exactly. So let's say you're getting 10 smalls here, you're getting 10 here, and so on. Okay, once you add all of those in based on that particular color, and then you add that to your cart.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay. So
I just
yeah, you
have because I
take
saw
your
that all these
time in that
boxes,
section.
and I was like, why all these boxes?
Yeah, it's just like some of them. Sometimes you have to get different sizes from somewhere else. Like if there was no small out here, and it might be available in whatever it is, MA state is or Georgia, then I have to get it from here. But then I would have to pay the shipping costs from here, right? So most of the time, just make sure I get it everything from Harrisburg and make sure I reach that $200 benchmark. But you are way past $200 here. You're gonna spend almost like $1,600 on your first order, which is fine. These people already send you the money.
No, they're still gonna send it back today. They said they were gonna
Okay.
send it, so I'm just waiting.
Yeah. So once the don't do too much until they send you that payment and everything, and yeah, then you can put more energy into it. Don't spend your own money
Right.
because our
After this, I
people.
think after this, I'm going to send them a message.
Yeah,
That
just
I
reach
already
out.
started working on it, so they should send in the money.
Yeah, just let them know. Hey, things are getting busy right now with graduation. You guys want to get this by next week? We gotta, always look busy, right? So they don't
Right.
think like, oh, you just whatever. He's our only customer. It's like you gotta tell them, hey, this it's an urgency here. You guys, things are busy. It's graduation season. Do you want to get this stuff done? Let's get it done so I can meet your date. If I don't get this by this time today, we possibly would not be able to make this happen for you in that time, right?
Right.
So it just add a little bit of urgency on that person that controls the money, and it's like, oh, we gotta get this done. He's giving it to us at a good price, and that's a very good price, you know. Like, yeah, that's a good price that they even agree on. You can, yeah, they already agreed to the 15, but even if you were, yeah, they already agree. If they agree to it, stay to it.
If they didn't.
If they didn't, then I mean, $12 would still be good. $12 is still a good price, for a polo, because you're paying $7. Like it's your first job. You don't want to bust them in the head. You want to
Right.
have, yeah, good memories so they can come back next week. I mean,
Right.
next year when they're doing the same program again. So, yeah, you're in a good place, man. You're in a good place. So just go with it and let those people enjoy your experience. Give them the whole breeze tease experience, and let them come back next time.
Right.
You know,
The breeze teas. We are here for you.
we're here for you. All right, my guy. I appreciate you. I gotta jump on a call at 11. So, you got any
Okay.
questions?
Mm, any questions right now? No questions right now. But if anything comes up, I will definitely hit your phone up.
All right. All right. Appreciate it. I'll
Just hit
talk
your
to you
phone
soon.
up.
All right.
Okay, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. It was a nice time. Like, in fact, this is like a summary of the whole thing we learned in that class that day.
It's a fact.
Yeah. So I really appreciate you for that, man. Really
Yeah.
appreciate you for taking out this time to have this session with me.
You got it, man. Good luck. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye.
All right.